Satnam, brothers and sisters. I am WonderHeart, and welcome to my channel of inner and outer expansion. Today we're going to discuss tests. Not tests like, you took back in the day when you were in school. I know those tests could be quite stressful. Not saying that these can't be, but we're talking about tests that the universe gives you. The universe may be testing you to see if you're ready for the next level. Now, there's been a lot of chaos, a lot of high energy, a lot of triggers, a lot of things that have been going on this past week or so. And this energy is going to continue on through next Saturday until the full moon. So don't think like it's already done yet. Just hold tight, stay in your presence, stay in your being, and have that heightened state of awareness to be able to look at the situation for what it is and try to see what you can actually take out of it. Now, what happens typically is the universe will throw these tests at you. It'll basically bring about situations in your life, manifest these situations in your life to test the way you are now versus maybe how you have been in the past. It's a growth test. It's for you to be able to A, see the growth that you've made in your life, and B, to see if you're ready to transcend maybe those old patterns, those old emotions, those old reactions, and move into this new energy that truly serves you. All right? Now, there's a couple of things that can happen here when you're tested. One, you can look at this situation as a chance to continue growth, to learn, to evolve, to bring yourself to a higher perspective instead of reacting and getting maybe upset or pulling yourself back into maybe a victim mentality, and instead choosing to stand in your power and understanding that it's okay that maybe this temporary conflict or this temporary problem, or maybe I'd rather look at it as obstacle that's come into your life, is there for you to continue to learn and to grow. All right. Now, if you choose to go that way with it, and you're open to receiving the lesson that can actually flood in, it'll help you out on your journey and continue in your evolution. Now, the other way to go about it, which I've done many, many times in the past, and I'm sure there's going to be many times in the future that I will. It's not a bad thing, but maybe we don't realize it. Maybe we don't learn. Maybe we repeat the pattern. Maybe these triggers and these things come about and we react in the same way that maybe we have been. And that's not a bad thing. It's just an opportunity for us to, continue to learn and grow. And, everything comes in cycles. So there will be another chance here in the future for you to transcend these. Now, I know I'm being somewhat vague here, but I'm sure most of you have probably experienced some stuff coming about, whether on a small scale or a large scale, that has caused you to maybe to disrupt your energy, to bring you out of balance, to try to shake you. And I'll share a few instances that I've experienced actually this week. I've had quite a lot, and they've all been true tests to my patience, my authenticity, my love, my just awareness, growth, and so many other things. So what I'll do is I'll share a couple of the experiences, how I took about these experiences in this moment versus maybe how I would have reacted in the past. And I hope that by me sharing it in this way, that you're able to reflect upon my own actions and possibly be able to see how you can apply that to your own life. All right. So first thing you may notice, I'm wearing glasses right now. All right. These are actually my mom's glasses. Unfortunately, I don't have any glasses. I had lost those last year. I was wearing some old contacts, or shall I say an old contact, because one of the contacts had actually ripped a while back, and I was only wearing one. Well, come Monday, I actually was driving doing Uber Lyft, and in that experience, I had ripped one of my contacts while driving, and I was no longer able to see, right? I had no contacts, no glasses. This was the first big test that I was faced with. Now, old me in that energy, I would have been pretty pissed. I would have been pretty upset. I would have played the victim mentality and been like, why me? Why is this happening? Now I can't see. Now it's going to cost me more money. I'm going to have to go, buy the XYZ. I'm going to have to go spend money on an eye exam, go spend money on contacts. And now I can't drive anymore. I'm only 2 hours in on my shift. I got to stop. I've only made half, not even half the money I would normally make. And now I got to stop. Right? It would have been that old mentality of why me, poor me, this sucks, why are you doing this to me, it's not fair, so on and so forth. But in this moment, what I chose to do is observe it from a higher perspective and be open to receiving a lesson. And instead of playing that victim mentality, I sat back and I said, okay, what's going on here really? Why is this happening? Right? And through that, I was able to gain some insight on I was procrastinating this one contact for such a long time that this was bound to happen, and through this I was also able to teach myself about scarcity mentality and how my fear of spending money on this and wanting to put my money elsewhere had actually created this whole situation. Because then, you can go back to my last video, I spoke about scarcity mentality more in detail. I'm not going to dive into that right now, but that was one of the lessons that I started to learn right there in that moment. I was able to look at this as, okay, this isn't a bad thing. This is a moment for you to grow, for you to realize that taking these procrastination situation seriously, like this isn't the way to do it. Like when you need to solve something, solve it now, take care of it. Otherwise it's going to come about in the future and you're going to have to take care of it then, and it's probably going to be a bigger issue. So I learned that through that experience, and I went and I ended up going to get my eye exam, and I have some contacts that are coming and everything's going to be okay. So I'm grateful that I was able to come from a higher perspective and not react and get all upset and triggered and act like the world was going to end all because of this, because truly it wasn't going to, right? I just had to then take action and not put it off anymore and just go solve it. All right, so that's situation number one. Now, situation number two, I've had this YouTube channel going on for like 2 weeks now, give or take. And through doing the videos, I've been recording a lot of videos on my phone. Now, this is the first iPhone I've ever had, and I didn't realize that I had all my videos and photos uploading to the cloud. And what this actually did was it caused me to go over my data. Well, not over my data, I have unlimited data, but it caused me to go to a certain threshold where it slowed my data down to a point to where I really wasn't able to do much. It was like, they said it was on 3G, but 3G was so slow. I guess maybe our phones now aren't able to really do much on 3G. I remember back in the day you could, but it's like, whoa. Like I couldn't use certain apps. There was so many problems and issues going on. It was crazy. And in this moment, I could have been, again, I could have been upset. Why me? This is so silly. I'm so pissed, and I could have basically, stayed in that energy and just thrown a temper tantrum. Ah, my nose is really itching. And instead, what I chose to do, again, coming from a higher perspective, realizing that it's not a victim mentality. I did this on my own. I could have avoided this situation by observing, my data usage, by being more aware of what the cloud is and how it's uploading, and so on and so forth. And even if I wasn't aware, it's a moment for me to now observe it and realize it and be like, okay, cool, I got it now. But it's not a reason to react and get upset. And I was sitting here and I'm like, well, what am I going to do now? I don't have any fast Wi-Fi or fast internet service, and it's this big issue, and I'm gonna have to wait another 9-10 days until my billing cycle comes about, to where then I'm refreshed with my data again. And I'm like, I can't do that. I use my phone for Uber, for driving. I use it to upload these videos. I gotta be on my Instagram and social media and stuff, and continue posting videos and inspiring posts and whatnot. So I had to make a choice and figure out, okay, well, how am I going to solve this? It's just another obstacle. So what I did is, I called T-Mobile, I talked with them, tried to see if they could first reverse it. They couldn't. And then what I decided, I remembered that we had an old tablet line on our family plan, and nobody's been using that tablet line. So I asked if we could convert that tablet line. I then was able to then have them apply a $25 credit on the account, so I could then go to a T-Mobile store, get a new SIM card with that new phone number, put it into my phone. So now I have full internet service and data until the cycle comes about, and then I can actually at that point start over with my old phone if I want to, or continue with this. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably go back to the old phone, or we'll see. But the moral of the story is I was able to look at this higher perspective, come into my center, and instead of allowing this chaos to throw me off, I was able to move through the chaos, come up with a solution to the obstacle and the problem, so that way I was able to keep moving forward, right? Because throwing a temper tantrum, getting all pissed and upset, and throwing out hate, and maybe I was gonna, old me would have called T-Mobile and bitched and complained and yelled and been like, this is all your fault, da 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 da, even though it was all my fault, right? And that wouldn't have solved anything. It would have just projected that energy back out there, and that energy would not have been out of love vibration, and that energy would have came back to me, and I'm sure I wouldn't have been able to come up with a solution, right? So that's that situation. Gosh, there's been so many other situations. I could keep going on and on and on, but I feel like that's probably enough to at least give you a little bit of insight. So I hope that, by me sharing this, you're able to reflect on maybe your own life. Maybe it wasn't as big of situations like these. Maybe it could have been smaller things. It could have been, relationship things coming about. There's really so many ways that we can get tested. Just the main point here is the chaos that's coming about. It's important for you to find your calm within the chaos. Keep yourself grounded, keep yourself present in your body and your awareness, not reacting, and instead taking a moment to step back, to observe, to respond, to ask for guidance if need be, to ask for the answers. What am I supposed to be learning, the lessons? Be open to receiving. And I full-heartedly believe that as you do this and you take some of those steps, and you're able to transcend the old patterns, the old energies that you would have been in, it's going to allow you to level up to this next stage and continue your evolution and growth, and keep spreading love, keep spreading light. It's a lot going on in this world, and you never know how your words can impact somebody, and it's a beautiful thing when you're able to keep yourself in this heart-centered space, and really do your best to project that outwards. So again, I hope this has been beneficial to you. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. If you found this to be of value, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel. I'm just barely getting started, and I need all the support I can get. So if this resonates with you and you want to continue to receive more of these type of videos and other type of videos, make sure hit that subscribe button for me, and I look forward to furthering on this journey with you. Sat Nam, much love. Have an amazing day.